The House of Representatives Speaker Nancy Pelosi is in Taiwan now, and congratulations for making that trip. I think it was made on her own initiative, and it represents the principle that anybody can go to any place in the world for whatever reason he or she may possess in her heart, in his or her heart. I'm talking about this mentsu. I don't know Chinese well enough to know whether this is a genuine Chinese expression. But in Japan, we talk about mentsu, which roughly translates as appearances, keeping up appearances, one's dignity, and so on. And we understand that China is a country where mentsu is very, very important. But I should say that from a cognitive science point of view, it's not very flexible in today's world. It's a changing world, and we have different opinions and different people, and people are entitled to have different opinions. Sometimes opinions might not be in agreement, but we can always negotiate, we can always be flexible, and we can always try to be together, be friends, and so on. So the case of the mainland China and Taiwan is a very complicated and intricate way. And, in my understanding, the Japanese government and the U.S. government in the position that they admit the one China principle. And eventually, when I say eventually, we don't know how many years from now, China and Taiwan would be united. And it is probably united now as we speak. But for now, they have the different political systems and freedom of speech situations and so on. So, yes, in principle, there could be one China. But in practice, at present, we have two different political entities, totally different cultures and so on. So, when you see that, it's not really great to stick to one's mental appearances because that's not flexible. That would close the doors for negotiations and communications and so on. If somebody is in your neighborhood and who is, all about mental and he or she doesn't listen to whatever you say, and whatever you might suggest, he or she wouldn't change his or her opinion, then you would be less likely to say something significant to that person because whatever you say, it's not going to change the situation, right? So, when you're obstinate about your mental and when you are sticking to your principles, which is great in a sense, but which is not so great in terms of being flexible and being negotiable in today's world, where pivoting in many different directions is actually the name of the game in many situations. So I'm just saying that mentsu is not very great. It's not very flexible in today's world. And we should take that as a matter of, a very valuable lesson. If you look at what's happening between China and Taiwan now, you realize that mentsu is not so great and it's not very flexible in today's world. That's all I wanted to say this morning.